Welcome back. So because of lockdown and the coronavirus, I had to change my plans for my video this week. I had intended on showing a video of a gift that I made for a friend, but since I can't yet give the gift to my friend, I don't want to publish the video until she has seen it. So instead of that, I decided to do a quick video where I challenge myself to make a dress in 8 hours. I sit all day at my office job just thinking about what I could be doing if I had this time free to myself and able to do the things that I actually wanted to be doing. So I decided to take that same amount of time and this week just dedicate 8 hours to making something. The dress that I selected, the pattern I selected, is not overly involved or complicated in any way. It's a pretty simple dress, so my hopes are high that I'll be able to complete this on time. Because I am still working my full-time job from home, I am not able to dedicate one entire day this week to sewing, so I have to break this down into smaller chunks of time. I'm hoping to get it done into 4-hour chunks, but we'll see if that actually happens. I might have to extend that out a couple more days in smaller chunks and just see how it goes. So let's get started. Alright, so as you can see, it is just after 6 o'clock on Tuesday, and I am all set up and ready to get started. The pattern that I'm using for this dress is this pattern that came from this issue of Simply Sewing magazine. It is, I believe, issue 45. If anyone is looking for back issues, I think it came out earlier in the year in 2018, so I've been holding on to this for a while, and I'm really excited to finally be making this dress. This pattern allows for 2 different lengths of skirt. I decided to make the longer length as this will be more appropriate for work whenever we return to the office. Here I'm just taping the extension to the main skirt pattern. Oh no, it's too wide. After taking 20 minutes to determine that I could just add a patch of extra fabric to complete the skirt piece, I was able to move on and pin and cut the rest of my pieces. Since this pattern did not come with pockets, I quickly drafted a pocket to add to the side seams of the skirt. Quick side note, recently I've seen more and more people cutting garment patterns out with rotary cutters, and it blows my mind. How does one cut into tight corners without rolling too far? How do you cut smoothly and closely around curves? Maybe I just need more practice with rotary cutters, but until I figure it out, I will be convinced that it is some kind of witchcraft. We have just about reached the 2-hour mark, and I have decided to call it a night. I have all of my pieces cut and ready to run through the serger, and hopefully tomorrow I can do that and get a lot of the assembly completed. It is now 7 p.m. on Wednesday, day 2, and I'm going to dive right into serging my pieces to give them a nice finished edge. I know that a lot of people don't like serging their garments, and there are much prettier ways to finish your edges, but since I am on a self-imposed time challenge, and I plan on wearing this dress pretty often, I went ahead and went with a quick and reliable option. It is 9 p.m. and I have been serging for the past 2 hours straight. As much as I hate to cut it short again tonight, I am exhausted, so we will pick it up again tomorrow. Welcome back. We are now on day 3. It is now Thursday. We are now obviously beyond the original 2 days that I had hoped to spend on this video, but that's okay. I'm gonna try to power through the last 4 hours of this tonight. All the prep work has now finally been completed in the first 4 hours of this process. So now I can just start to assemble, and hopefully from here on out it goes pretty quickly. To begin, I stitched together the pieces of the bodice, starting with the shoulders and side seams. So it says right here that the collar pieces are an interface so that they sit softly against the body. But I'm going to be a rebel and interface my collar because I like a little bit of structure. So quick time check. It is about 8:30. I did take a half-hour break earlier to eat dinner, so that means I have about 2 hours left to meet my goal for finishing this dress. The bodice portion is almost done. I'm still hopeful I'm going to make it on time, but I am adding in pockets, which shouldn't be a big deal, but you never know what's going to happen. So yeah, I'm going to keep on working here and hopefully I can get done on time. So we are about 3 minutes away from my time goal of hitting 8 hours, and I definitely have more than 3 minutes of work left to do on this project. So I have to admit defeat as far as my time goal for this. As you can see, I had to stop filming because my camera battery was dying. Sorry about that, you missed some stuff. The bodice is almost finished. It still needs buttonholes and buttons. And of course we need to attach the skirt. I still have one side seam to sew up on here, but most importantly, I did add my pockets for snacks, which I don't know why any pattern these days comes without pockets for snacks for dresses. But yeah, so I didn't meet my time goal, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and soldier on with this tomorrow and see how long it does take me. But for now, it is hot in my apartment. I'm gonna go eat some ice cream and pet my cat and go to sleep. Okay, here we are in overtime, day 4 of this project now. I did sneak in here on my lunch break and sew up the other side seam in the skirt. So I'm now ready to attach the skirt to the bodice, and that's what I'm going to do now. Oh, hello. Hello. Are you helping? Very good. Very good, Dante. So I am now just threading my elastic for my waist into this little channel created at the waist seam. Now, I thought I would be more disappointed in the fact that I didn't get this done in 8 hours, because there's a lot of sewers on here that do whip out dresses in tight time challenges. But then on the other hand, I've never liked being timed, not in sewing or video games or anything else, so I don't know why I thought this would be a good idea, but here we are. And it turns out some things just take a little more time to accomplish, and that's fine. It's worth taking the time to do it right and not rushing just to get through it, because then you're going to be unhappy with the end result. After I tried the dress on, I decided it was just a little bit too long. So here I am marking a line and cutting the excess from the bottom so that I can hem the dress to a more appropriate length. Once the skirt was hemmed, all that was left to do was add the buttonholes and buttons. 10.5 hours later, she is done. I have her all pressed and on the dress form for the night, and I will take her out tomorrow, put her on, get some good pictures, and I'll see you there. The next day, my boyfriend and I went back to the park where we took the photos for the Outlander-inspired costumes that I talked about in my last video, and as it turns out, photos for this video were not the only reason for visiting that day. We are now engaged! We've immediately thrown ourselves into wedding planning and buying a house, and there are so many exciting things ahead, and I can't wait to share some of those with you. Until next time, thanks for watching!